Hello student, all of you are most welcome on my video on this channel. In my previous video, I have discussed about chapter number 8, that is unit cell of life. If you are a student of class 11th and you are studying in CBSE board, and along with preparing for your school examination, you are willing to prepare for this NEET examination, you want to crack medical entrance test, so this video is for you. In previous video, we have discussed about everything about the cell, the unit of life. In today's video, I will be discussing about chapter number 9, that is biomolecules. And if you have not subscribed my channel, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and so that you'll be getting so many updates related with class 11th as well as class 12th videos. So let us start today's videos. So today we will be learning about biomolecules. Now, what is biomolecules? Biomolecules are the chemicals. These are the chemicals Biomolecules are the chemical compound found in living organisms. So all the chemical compound which are found in living organism, they are called biomolecules. Molecules, bio. Bio means living system. Molecules here, chemical molecules. Also, all the chemical molecules are better to say chemical compound which are present in living organism. Living organism may be bacteria, it may be plant, it may be animal. So all the chemicals, molecules, a compound which are present in living organism, they are called biomolecules. In these biomolecules include both. They include organic as well as inorganic compound. These chemical compound, they are both organic as well as inorganic compound. Organic compound, you may be knowing that the organic compound, the carbon is present, and whereas in the inorganic compound, there is no carbon is there, but carbon dioxide and carbonates, bicarbonate, they are the exceptions. So these are the biomolecules. So both organic as well as inorganic chemical compounds are present in living organism. Now, how to do analysis of chemical composition in a tissue. If you want to do analysis of chemical composition of a tissue of a plant or animal, so how you have to do? So for that, what you have to do, you have to take the living tissue. It may be vegetable. Vegetable means it may be the plant part, it may be leaf, it may be root, it may be fruit, it may be seed. So you can take any type of the vegetable, or piece of liver, or muscles, or bone, you can take all these things. Then you have to grind these living tissues in trichloroacetic acid. Trichloroacetic acid, see here acetic carboxylic group is there and 3 carbon molecules are there. So it is what trichloroacetic acid. Once you are grinding this, you will be getting a thick slurry. This is what you are grinding here by using pestle and mortar. And then this is what you will be getting, what thick slurry. Then strain this through a cheesecloth. This cloth is called what cheesecloth. Or you can take what cotton cloth as well. If this cheesecloth is not available, you can take cotton cloth also to get, and ultimately you'll be getting two fractions. Some person will get filtered and some will remain unfiltered. So that portion which is filtered, that is known as filtrate. That portion is what? Soluble in acid. So acid soluble pool. And then that which will remain unfiltered, that is called retentate. So that is what acid insoluble fraction. So when you are grinding all these tissues, and then you'll be getting two types of pool, two types, acid soluble pool and acid insoluble pool. Here, this acid soluble, that is called filtrate or acid soluble pool. Here, this portion, this pool contains biomicromolecules. Biomicromolecules means their molecular weight is less than 1000 Dalton. The molecular weight is what? Less than 1000. And then in second portion, you contain biomacromolecule. This is micro, here this is what? Macromolecules. So molecular weight here is what? Greater than 1000 Dalton. Now you have to do this what? In this way you can get for two portion. Then what to do? Then in this way you can get what? Organic material. Now we can do the analysis of inorganic compound as well. How? So you have to take the living tissue. Then you take the weight of living tissues. Then that is called weight. Suppose there is what? Piece of leaf you have taken, fresh leaf, and you have taken the weight of, then that weight will be known as what? Weight. And it is dried, then keep it for 24 hours, 2 hours, 1 week, okay? Then you take the weight, then that is called dry weight. Once, what will happen what will be there in dry weight? In dry weight, there will be no water. So weight means weight plus water, but here, weight minus water. Water will get evaporated, then we'll be getting dry weight. Then you have to burn. It is fully burned. This dried material need to be fully burned to oxidize all carbon compounds. Once you are burning it, so all those material which contains carbon, they will oxidize to gaseous form, carbon dioxide and water vapor, and ultimately ash will be formed. So this is the ash. So first you have to take what? Living tissues. Then you have to dry it. Then you have to burn it. Then you will get what? Ash. If you are doing the analysis of ash, this ash will be containing what? Inorganic compound. This ash will be having what? Inorganic compounds. So in this way, you can do the analysis of organic as well as inorganic compounds. So now let us do comparison. Comparison of elements in non-living and living matter. Here, non-living matter is taken as earth has taken as what? Earth crust is non-living and human body is living. So in hydrogen is the element which is present in the earth crust as well as human body. What is the percentage of weight of hydrogen in earth crust? It is around 0.14%, and in human body it is around 0.5%. Carbon, percentage of carbon in the earth crust is around 0.03%. 0.03%, and here it is around 18.5% in human body. So in human body, the percentage of carbon is what? Far more than the percentage of carbon present on the earth crust. Then oxygen. The amount of oxygen which is present on the earth crust is around 46.6%, and in human body it is around 65.0%. Nitrogen in the earth crust present very little, and here in human body it contains around 3.3%. Sulfur on earth surface it is around 0.03, whereas in human body it is what? 0.3. Sodium on earth crust it is what? 2.8, and in human body it is what? 0.2. Calcium on the earth crust it is what? 3.6, and in human body it is around 1.5. Magnesium 2.1, and here in human body it is around 0.1. Silicon on earth crust, it is what 27.7%, and in human body it is what negligible. So this is what comparison of different types of element present on earth crust as well as human body. So oxygen is what maximum in human body, and this silicon is what negligible. So ultimately we can say that there is what some similarity is there between this soil as well as our body. Now, what is biomicromolecules? Molecular weight are biomicromolecules. Micromolecules are biomicromolecules found in the acid soluble pool range from 18 to 800 Dalton. Earlier we have said that less than 1000. So exact is what? 18 to 800 Dalton. The acid soluble pool represent the cytoplasmic composition. So biomicromolecules are biomicromolecule include amino acid, lipids, sugar, and nitrogenous bases. These are what biomicromolecule. Sometimes question will be there, which among following is what biomicromolecule. So if these four are there, they are biomicromolecule. If some option protein is there, carbohydrate is there, so that is they are not biomicromolecules. So amino acid, lipids, sugar, nitrogenous bases, they are what? Biomicromolecules. As simply you can say micromolecule. Now we'll discuss what is amino acid. Amino acid is a biomicromolecule. It is what? Biomicromolecule. So what is amino acid? They are the compounds form of an amino group. There is one amino group. This is amino group. And that is what? NH2. Here, this is what? Single bond. This is what? Single bond. Here, nitrogen shows what? Triple bond. 3 valency. Yeah, it shows some compound. It shows variable valency, but here in this, it will be showing 3. So, NH2. This is what? NH2. So here, this is one carbon is electron is connected with carbon, and then rest are connected with hydrogen. So they are having one amino group, that is NH2, and one acid group, that is what? COH. This is what? COH. This is what? COH group. So amino and carboxylic acid group, amino group and acid groups are attached to the same carbon atom. So this group, amino acid as well as carboxylic acid group, they are both are connected with same carbon. So this carbon attached to the same carbon atom. So this is known as alpha carbon. So they are called alpha amino acid. They are also called alpha amino acid because this carbon of carboxylic acid and nitrogen of amino group, they are connected with same carbon. So this carbon is called alpha carbon. Therefore, this amino acid is also known as alpha amino acid. They are substituted methane. So we can say that they are substituted methane. Amino acid what? Here we can substitute them with hydrogen, hydrogen, and hydrogen. So they are substituted methane. So here there is one hydrogen is there and one R is there, that is variable side chain. So some example of this amino acid. There is what? This one is glycine, second is alanine, third one is serine. Here there is amino group is there, carboxylic group is there, amino, carboxylic, hydrogen. 3 groups are same in all. Carboxylic group, amino group, and hydrogen. So there is a variable group R. So here a value of R is H, hydrogen is there, then it is what? Glycine. When CS3 is there, CS3 methyl group is there, then it is called alanine. Here R is what? CS3. And when R, the value of R is CS2OH, it is what? Serine. This is what? Serine. So these are three examples of amino acid. Glycine, which contains variable group is what? H. Where then there is alanine, variable group R is what? CS3. And then there is a serine where variable group is for CS2OS. So glycine, alanine, and serine, these are important amino acids. There are total 20 different types of amino acids. So sometimes question will be there, how many types of amino acids are there? So there are 20 different types of amino acid. These are used in protein synthesis. What is protein synthesis? It is about a part of molecular biology, that process of synthesizing protein, that is called translation, and it is directed by DNA, RNA. So we'll study all these things in class 12th, molecular biology, protein synthesis. So how many types of amino acids are there? 20 different types of amino acids are there. These amino acids are divided into three categories. First is acidic amino acid, basic amino acid, and neutral amino acid. In acidic amino acid is what? Glutamic acid is acidic amino acid. Here see there are two acidic group and one amino group. Basic amino acid, the number of amino group as well as this what amino group is more here. Acidic what is carboxylic group is only one, so it is what? Basic amino acid. Then neutral amino acid, 2 and 2. So here this is what? Amino acid. The number of carboxylic group as well as amino group is same. So that is what? Neutral amino acid. Some amino acids are aromatic. Example, aromatic means they what? Scented amino acid, like what? Tyrosine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan. These were aromatic amino acids. So sometimes question will be there, which is a group of what? Aromatic amino acid. So tyrosine, phenylalanine, and tryptophan. These are what? The aromatic amino acid. Amino acids can also be classified as essential amino acid as well as non-essential amino acid. So essential amino acid as well as non-essential amino acid. So essential amino acid, non-essential amino acid. Essential amino acid means they cannot be synthesized by the body. So our body cannot synthesize these amino acids and should be supplied through diet. So our body receive these amino acid along with what? Diet. Some example: lysine, leucine, isoleucine, tryptophan, and many more. So when we eat all this material food, that then we'll be getting these essential amino acid. Then there are some amino acids, they are known as non-essential amino acid. They can be synthesized by the body. So they are not supplied by the diet, but the body itself is able to synthesize these amino acids. Example, glycine, alanine, serine, and arginine. These are some of the non-essential amino acids. In amino acid, amino group and the acid group have ionizable nature. They can be ionized. So structure of amino acid changes in solution of different pH. If both amino as well as acid group are ionized, it is called deuterion. So what is deuterion? So here, this is what positively charged here. This is what negatively charged here. This is what negatively charged here. This is positive charge, this is negatively charged, and here amino acid is what? This amino group is positively charged, and here the acid group is what? Negatively charged. So this molecule is having both positive ion, negative ion. So this type of ion is called deuterionic form, deuterionic form of the amino acid. So sometime question will be there. Name one molecule which shows deuterion, so amino acid. So which group is having positive and which group is having negative? So amino group is having positive charge and this carboxylic group is having negative charge. So this is what deuterion. Now let us discuss about lipids. What are lipids? They are insoluble in water. Suppose you take the oil and pour oil in the water, it will not dissolve. So they are what? Insoluble in water. Contain carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but number of oxygen atom is less. So oxygen is less. So they are lipid. So this is what this is what maybe oil in the water. Not there is no mixing. So they are insoluble in water. So lipids may be what? Different types of lipids. Simple lipids. There are some lipids which are simple lipids, then compound lipids, and then derived lipids. So these are what? Simple lipids, then these are compound lipids, and these are what? Derived lipids. Now what do you mean by simple lipids? Simple lipids, they are form of fatty acid and alcohol like glycerol. So they are form of what? Fatty acid like palmitic acid, arachidonic acid. They are what? Form of fatty acid. Fatty acids are lipid with a hydrocarbon chain. There is a hydrocarbon chain that is called R group, ending in carboxylic group, that is RCOH. That this is what? Together it is known as R. Then this is what? COOH. So RCOH. Here the R, the value of R may be what? Many. So R group as well as COH group. Therefore RCOH. Example, palmitic acid has 16 carbon. Here it is having what? 16 carbon. CS2 is repeated 14 times. Then one methyl is there. Here this is what? Methyl. And then CS2 how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 times CS2. Then COH. So palmitic acid. Then there is what? Arachidonic palmitic acid, or this one is what we can write this in this way. Then arachidonic acid has 20 carbon. It is having what? 20 carbon. These are what? C, carbon, 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 carbon. Here carbon and carbon are having double bond. Carbon, 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 carbon. So RCOH. Simple lipids may be what? This saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acid, what do you mean by saturated fatty acid? They have saturated fatty acid and unsaturated fatty acid. Saturated fatty acids, see what is saturated fatty acid? They have no double or triple bond. See here, there is no double and triple bond between carbon and carbon. There is a double bond is there, but this bond is what? Between carbon and oxygen. So there is no double bond between carbon and carbon atom. So example is palmitic acid, stearic acid. So these are what? Saturated fatty acid. This is what? Stearic acid. Then there are some unsaturated fatty acid. So they have one or more carbon to carbon double bond. So if you see here, it is what oleic acid, mono unsaturated fatty acid. There is one single bond is present between carbon and carbon. So oleic acid, arachidonic acid, they are the example of unsaturated fatty acid. Now, glycerol. Second is what? Glycerol. Glycerol is also fatty acid. Structure of glycerol. So what is glycerol? It is what? Trihydroxypropane. So trihydroxypropane. 1, 2, 3, 3 hydroxyl group. Therefore, trihydroxy. And how many carbon? 1, 2, 3. And all are what? Single bond. So propane, meth, eth, pro. So trihydroxypropane. So this is the structure of glycerol. There is what? 3 hydroxyl groups are connected with what? Carbon. Fatty acids are esterified with, sometime what happened, fatty acid are esterified with glycerol. So this is what glycerol, this is a fatty acid, it is fatty acid is having RCOH. So one molecule of what hydroxyl of the this fatty acid react with hydrogen over here, and then there is what release of dehydration takes place and it is converted into what? If there is one glycerol, one fatty acid, this is called monoglyceride. One glycerol, two fatty acid, diglyceride. One glycerol, three fatty acid, triglyceride. So it is what? See, there is only one fatty acid is added. So second will be added here. So it is what? Monoglyceride. Second is added here. So diglyceride, and third one is added here. So triglycerides. Now this is a triglyceride. This is an example of triglyceride. There is what? One fatty acid. This is second fatty acid. This is what? Third fatty acid. So it is what? Triglyceride. Here R1, R2, and R3 are fatty acid. This is what? Glycerol backbone. This is the backbone of glycerol. And these are what? Three fatty acids. So this is what? Triglyceride. Then compound lipid. What do you mean by compound lipid? These are the ester of fatty acid and alcohol with additional group. So they are what? They are the ester of fatty acid and alcohol. There is what? Fatty acid there is there, alcohol is there, glycerol is there, and additional group. So this is what? Fatty acid, R1 is there, R2 is there, then R3 is what? Additional group is there. So here a phosphate is there. So it is what? Example, phospholipid. Fatty acid is there. This is fatty acid. Plus glycerol is there. This is a glycerol. Plus phosphate group. So phospholipid. They are found in cell membrane. Example, lecithin. So this is structure of cell membrane. You will find here what? Phospholipid. These are what? Lipids. These are what? Phospholipids. These are what? Phospholipids. Lecithin is one phospholipid. Then there is what? Derived lipids. Derived lipid, these are the product of hydrolysis of simple lipid and compound lipids. Example, cholesterol. This is what? Cholesterol. There is one functional group is there. 1, 2, 3, 4 ring is closed, one ring is off. So this is what? Cholesterol. Now, carbohydrate. So I hope that this much is clear to all of you. In next video, I will be discussing about carbohydrates, and I hope that you have understand about these micromolecules. And in next video, I will be discussing about biomacromolecules. So if you have not subscribed my video, this channel, subscribe it, like, comment, share it with your friends, so that you and your friends can be also benefited with these videos. Thank you very much for joining me.